The next concept that we are going to discuss is zero, with dividing real numbers. But before we do that, I'll just quickly state that I get asked questions a lot of times, and there's something that I notice, and it's that a lot of students are looking for the answer when they do their mathematics homework. And mathematics really isn't about the answer. It's about everything that you do when you're solving the problem. Because as you've noticed in these last few videos, we've done the problem in reverse in order to check ourselves. And there's a reason why that works, you know. So, I mean, if you just look for that final number at the end without knowing how you got there, then you're really truly not digesting the material. So always focus on how you're doing the problem, and always make sure that you're able to check yourself. Okay, so when you're dividing with zero, zero can be in one of two places. It can be the dividend, which is the number at the top of the fraction, or the divisor, which is the number at the bottom. And likewise, if you see a problem in long division, every type of long division problem can be rewritten as a fraction, and the terms dividend and divisor are still there, even though you're looking at long division. Okay, so let's go over what to do when we see this. Okay, let's try with zero as our divisor. Okay, so when you see a division problem, you usually ask yourself, which number can I multiply by the bottom number to get the top number? So if you had 4 halves, you can multiply 2 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4. Okay, so basically your quotient, or the answer here, would be 2 here with 4 halves. Okay, so basically let's try to do the same thing with 8 over 0. 0 times what is 8? Well, this is the problem, because 0 times nothing is 8, and let me show you why. 0 times 1 is 0. You know that when you multiply something times 0, it's always 0. So let's look at this. 0 times 2 is 0. 0 times 3 is 0. And so forth and so on and so forth and so on. Every time you multiply 0 times any other number, the answer is going to be 0. So what can you multiply 0 by in order to get 8? Nothing. And every time you see a 0 at the bottom of a division problem, or written like this, 8 divided by 0, the answer is going to be undefined. And every time I have seen a mathematics textbook, that has always been the option for the answer. It's also nothing, or, you know, but undefined is a better word, and 9 times out of 10, that is what your teacher or whoever is instructing you is going to want you to use. Another way to ask yourself is, how many times does 0 go into 8? Or what times 0 is it? Either way, but yes, it will be undefined. So the other way to look at it is for 0 to be the dividend. What do we do when 0 is our dividend? Well, let's ask the question. 8 times what is 0? Well, let's look at this. 0 times 1 is 0. 0 times 2 is 0. Moving further down, 0 times 4 is 0. Moving further down, 0 times 8 is 0. Okay, so if 0 times 8 is 0, then 8 times 0 is 0. So 8 times 0 equals 0. So our answer to 0 over 8 is simply 0. Okay, so every time you're seeing the question of a number being divided into 0, the answer is going to be 0. So those are our two basic rules. We learned what to do when 0 was the dividend and when 0 was the divisor. And now you should be able to go out and solve all kinds of division problems. And that is it for today. Our next video will simply be a quick review of everything that we've gone over in this section. And let me look really quickly. It's more than likely just going to be the principles of multiplying and dividing real numbers. So we'll probably do, 5 problems together. Make sure we understand what the few basic principles are: dividend, divisor, quotient, product, what to do with like signs and unlike signs when you're doing multiplication and division. And that's what we're going to do next video. So thank you so much, and see you in the next video.